How has the garden grown since we last spoke?
Yeah, my apologies. So right now we have about 3 acres planted of seasonal organic vegetables. Most of the vegetables for spring and summer. And we're blessed. We're flourishing.
Perfect. Now, what new crops have you added, or what new crops are you growing this season?
So what new crops I added, I wouldn't say new, but I would say some different varieties. I've added was okra, um, purple okra. I added some Louisiana purple pod, green beans, so they're purple green beans. Some different type of squashes for the fall, and I kind of focused on increasing radish production with different niche varieties, and also pickling cucumbers and things of that nature to make value added products.
Okay. Now, when we had you on previously, you have since interviewed regarding justice for Black farmers. Can you tell us a little bit
Yes.
about that?
Oh, so yes, ma'am. So I was interviewed by two organizations. One, I think it was the local ABC 13 news station, and also the another African American National News Network about the Freedom for Black Farmers. It's a Justice Act, an act that hasn't necessarily been passed, but has been proposed in the legislation to be able to provide debt relief in terms of farmers and their land and their loans, as well as some new and beginning farmer programs for specifically African American, or in the USDA terms, socially disadvantaged farmers, which could span across all kind of other races as well.
Okay, that's a good point. With
Yes.
this Justice Act, what does justice look like for Black farmers like you?
Justice for black farmers like me, I would say it's two things. One, I'm a young African American farmer, new generation. So for me, it means everything because we have to kind of pick up with the last generation of farmers, or has left off, especially in the time of COVID, of drought, of market disruption, market loss, and then just being a farmer. Period. The risks they come with it as well. So I would say these are the things that as a farmer we're very resilient, but we're looking at because it's a very pivotal time in terms of policy. Like I just said, this Farmer Act. If you look at the land and the price of land in urban and rural areas, and then from a historical standpoint, this is 400 years since America was pretty much established to develop land to do agriculture from the labor of African Americans. So you're looking at two, three generations, me, of people who've been discredited and basically, has lost out from, our forefathers from the labor that we had. So, for us, to be honest, is, where are the money, the land, and the resources? But we're not looking for a handout. We're basically looking to be, treated in an equitable sense, that's kind of hard to ask. So, if other races and nationalities are getting, the money or the support that they're getting from the government and from banking institutions to farm, our next generation, we want that same support. And if we can't, we'll continue to do what we're doing now, which is starting to co-op and continue to build our own, through our own networks.
Now, you mentioned the price of land. Is that something
Yes.
that is on the rise?
Yes, yes, and, and I don't want to give him too much attention, but Mr. Bill Gates just bought all the land, a lot of land throughout America. One of the richest guys, so they say. Um, so from a market and economic standpoint, it's a trend of land. Um, but African Americans, even my family, we've owned a lot of land. We've lost it through the air property system. That's another part of that bill, which air property is your land that's passed down, and you go through all these hoops with your family members. Um, we've gone through, you know, pretty much limited access to a lot of these things. So we're at a point to where the price of land is going up, and the price of inflation on products, even the farm, is going up and up and up. So if there's no real stability, or if we don't have access to land to produce our own food, it's an issue. And then when you look at from I'm an urban and a rural farmer. When you look at the urban perspective, growing inside of these cities, the price of land for an acre lot may be $20,000, which is Houston. And then you go to the rural areas, you may probably could get land for cheap, but then you need the capital and things to develop this land and to keep it going, and then you need labor. So land is quintessential, and one of the things that we're doing to circumvent that is to use more, I would say, futuristic or non traditional ways of farming and growing food.
Gotcha. All right. Now, I was doing some digging and on a music video that was put together for Soul Food Vegan. Can you
Soul
talk to
food
us?
vegan.
Yes. Can you talk to us about Soul Food Vegan and your budding rap career?
Right. So actually, I've been making music for 10 to 12 years. I probably have hundreds of songs. I never released them. I never put them out. To me, it was always a therapeutic thing. But recently, I had the opportunity to film a documentary, and I was just at a space in my life where I was like, "Hey, I want to start making musically that's culturally relevant to my age, to my group, what we're doing." This whole group of like health enthusiasts, laid back, vegan, biking, all what my generation is. I call us the indigo children. So, so yeah, I just started making songs about my life. Like I eat at a restaurant in Houston called Soul Food Vegan. The owner is one of my friends of mine. So I made a song about Soul Food Vegan. I pulled up to the tray on the Saturday, ordered barbecue mushroom and moringa steak. You know, so that's eating healthy vegan food. And I made a song about it, about the restaurant. I made a song called Life of a Farmer and Greenhouse. I made a song called Icky about health, And, I talk, if you actually listen to the songs too, I talk about us, in our enslavement and a lot of things that we
Yes.
go through. So, yeah, check me out on iTunes, Spotify, everything, Hulu, Google me.
Google. All right. And
All praise to the Most High.
yes, sir. You're currently in Texas, and I wanted to ask you real quickly before you go. Um, you're in Texas and you're in three other states. When we last spoke, you were talking about expansion. Where do you
Right.
plan to expand to next?
Right now I'm in Houston. I'm in Oklahoma, Louisiana. Where I plan on this, to me, I would love to be in the DC area, and help connect the rural and the southern farmers as well. I'm out in California right now, um, to do some things, and land security, because there's so many people that's from all these other places that stay in the South and in these rural towns. Um, but I would say Louisiana. I'm gonna continue to say what I said last time in Louisiana. Um, we just secured a 5 acre building to do some of the things that we just talked about. So I'm moving full steam ahead with that, and especially with working with other African American farmers or minority farmers and producers and women, who farm, throughout the South to build, our network and distribute our food, you know.
Perfect. All right. Well, if you don't mind, could you let us know again where you can be reached, either for your music or for your produce?
Yes, so you can reach out to me, Jerry Peaches, at freshlifehtx.com. Again, freshlifehtx.com. You can follow us on Instagram at Fresh Life Organic, Facebook at Fresh Life Organic. Like I said, you can Google me, just see some of the things that we're doing. You can check out my artist name is Fresh Life Germo. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Spotify, Hulu. So wherever you connect with me on those platforms, or you reach out, send an email at the about section. We'll get back to you and work with you. And I would just love to say I appreciate you all for having me on, and continue to stay strong and resilient, all my people throughout the world.
Yes, sir. Thank you for joining us again, and we look forward to having you back again in the future.
Yes, yes. Hopefully, I get you out to play some music.
Yes, sir. Thank you. All right. Let's pause for announcements from our sponsors. Coming up, NNV weekly contributor Brian E. Muhammad will be with us for 2 segments for the Global View. We'll be right back.
Be a part of the force that powers truth in journalism. Go to nnvnews.com/donate. Be a part of the force that powers truth in journalism. Go to nnvnews.com/donate.
Worldwide, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Download the Final Call Radio app and take us everywhere. On your phone, on your computer, on your tablet, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also log on to finalcall.com and click the Listen Live button or finalcallradio.com. Final Call Radio, the official voice of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam.
Please share your thoughts with us in the comment section below. Follow us on social media at NNV News, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel at National Network View. I am Anissa Muhammad with NNVnews.com.